Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows I am your host, Papa Joe, and I do appreciate you guys being here today. It is, in fact, an amazing Friday afternoon. Thanks for being part of the show. Listen, today we're going to talk about some crazy stuff that took place over the past couple of days with Kraken, the SEC, and some byproducts that could come out of that, I guess you could say. Other stuff we're going to talk about is my ability, if you will, to connect some dots. So I think I know why it's happening. Why all of a sudden the staking stuff is being under question, under scrutiny right now. Grab your coffee. It's gonna be a fun show. We're gonna talk about some crazy cool stuff. I think I'm gonna just give you all my opinion around what's gonna happen, and I think you'll enjoy it. Anyways, so if you are new to the channel, do me a favor before we get started here. Go ahead and subscribe. Grab the bell. We do go live a few times a week. I do enjoy doing these shows. I'm really good at connecting dots. Been in this space a long time, and we talk about a bunch of different stuff. So, and then also check all the links out in the description of the video here. I do have a consulting company around blockchain, crypto, that stuff. And I also have a Patreon, and I use that platform, that area, well, to kind of take the gloves off, talk about things that this particular space is not exactly cohesive. We'll put it that way. So that is a wide range of topics. So we have fun with that one for sure. So, anyways, do me a favor, check that out. It's not a lot. It's a cup of coffee. It's there so that I can rework the plumbing as it gets taken down, because it has been taken down multiple times. So that's what that's there for. But anyways, I digress. Let's jump into the content, shall we? So today or yesterday, this week, whatever, the SEC signals a crackdown on another crypto practice. Yeah, it does. Cryptocurrency executives worry that charges against Kraken, a popular exchange, it's not one of the biggest, it's not huge or anything like that, but it is it's there. Anyway, it's a popular exchange over the business known as staking would further chill their industry. Yeah, well, I got news for them. Oh yeah, by the way, Gensler did some sort of video where he compared staking versus steak, like actual that you eat, that they're different. I've told y'all before, I don't know. I mean, he has an opinion. There are other people who have opinions. He did teach at MIT, and I seriously wonder. Um, I seriously wonder if that was at all worth the time, right? So, anyways, I guess an opinion's an opinion, though, right? A Kraken crackdown. The SEC's decision to charge the crypto exchange Kraken with securities violations over a popular way of the industry to make money sent more chills down the spines of executives across the sector. It did, unfortunately, at 7:40 a.m. The price of Bitcoin traded at 21,757, down nearly 3.9% past 24 hours, and it is, in fact, most likely because of that, and it's down a little bit more from the time this was written or whatever. Crypto companies and skeptics of the agency's approach, yep, to regulation now worry that new limits of new limits the agency will seek to impose on the industry. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Anyways, the SEC is focused on staking. You gotta wonder why. Well, I know why. Actually, I really think I know exactly why. Because they're all buddies. It's all big club and you ain't in it kind of thing. I'm gonna get to that towards the end of the show, so stick around. I will go into why I think they're kind of concerned or worried or going after staking. But anyways, SEC is focused on staking, in which users pledge certain crypto holdings like Ethereum to companies in exchange for hefty returns, which is true. That's their staking platform. It's not really staking; you're lending it. When you go to a Kraken or a Coinbase or whoever else, you're not staking it; you're lending it. Anyhow, if you want to stake, you can stand up a node or actually put it into the platform itself. Like Matic has one, Divi has one. Um, technically they all have their own platform. The centralized exchanges are trying to make it usable for people. They're taking a lick of the ice cream, so to speak, and they're giving it out there. And that's kind of where they're doing. So segment those two in your mind. You can self custody and stake on your own. You will always be able to do that. There is no way they can actually stop you from doing that. Anyhow, they've tried in other countries. It didn't work. But anyhow. Where was I at? Hefty returns. Right, there we go. The borrowed holdings, in turn, are used to validate crypto transactions. It's true. Companies like Kraken pull customers' assets, making it easier for ordinary users to stake their holdings and earn money. Yeah, the SEC accused Kraken of selling unregistered investments contracts. They're mad about. Since staking customers are promised regular returns and payouts, that deprives investors of necessary disclosures. The agency said, are they lending, borrowing, or trading them? The agency chairman Gensler said of staking service providers in a video presented on the SEC's website, which I showed you guys right up here. It's you will lose brain cells if you watch it. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but like, oh. Anyways. Let's see here. He's asking the question, are they lending, borrowing, or trading them? Here's the deal. If they're actually staking them, they're creating a pool of funds and they're staking them, and then you get your return out of that every day, every month, whatever, every week. If they're actually staking inside of a node that they run, that's legitimate staking. They're not trading, lending, or borrowing them. They might be, but if they're really staking them, then they're putting it in staking and they're creating a really, really big node, which gets more returns more often, et cetera, et cetera. See what I'm saying? Anyhow, so he asks, the agency chairman, Gary Gensler, said as staking service providers in a video presentation on the SEC's website, where do the rewards come from? Oh, goodness. He has no idea how it works. Are you getting your fair share? No, you're not getting all of it. You're getting your fair share because everyone gets a lick of the ice cream. Kraken's providing a service. Yes, it's centralized, but they're pulling customers' funds, creating a bigger node, allowing more returns out of that node, thus providing more returns for everybody else. They are taking a lick of the ice cream, though. Just putting it in perspective, okay? Because they're providing a service that is not exactly easy to go stand up a node. I'll be honest with you. I have stood up my fair share of nodes. It isn't easy. A lot of them actually require you to be able to know how to do different types of automations, know how to use Linux servers, stuff like that. It's not exactly straightforward. So someone like Kraken providing a service for people to go do that, it actually kind of makes sense for everybody to regularly go do that. However, this is where Divi comes in. Divi making it possible with a few clicks inside of a mobile app to be able to do that. That's actually pretty profound. Again, that's why I'm telling y'all Divi is not something to sleep on. Not financial advice. It's just not something to sleep on, y'all. Anyhow, Kraken agreed to shut down its U.S. staking program and pay $30 million in settlement charges. Though it neither admitted nor denied the allegations and will keep in place international services. Let's see here. The move could lead. Okay, nope, that's not what it was. So we're gonna flip over here real quick. The CoinDesk Kraken to shut U.S. crypto staking service. Okay, yeah, they are. All right, Kraken Exchange will immediately end its crypto staking as a service, right? Platform for U.S. customers. Pay $30 million settlement. Yeehaw. Hang on just a second. All right. Sorry about that. Where was I? Thanks for being patient, guys. We do this live. This is live. I don't care. We're doing this live. There's nothing edited here. So, anyways, um, doop. Uh, where was I at? I got sidetracked by that thing there. I didn't mean to do that. My apologies. Anyways, crypto exchange will immediately end its crypto as a service, or staking as a service platform in U.S. customers and pay $30 million segment. We already been through this part here, so they are looking at the Payward Ventures Incorporated, Payward Trading Limited, I guess you could say. The registered companies that make up Kraken will end staking services programs, the SEC said. The programs offered the general public access to staking services since at least 2019. The SEC release said the complaint alleges that Kraken touts that its staking investments program offers an easy-to-use platform and benefits benefits the drive from Kraken efforts to on behalf of investors, including Kraken's strategies to obtain regular investment returns and payouts. Now, if you don't understand staking, which Gensler clearly demonstrated he doesn't get, all right, he just doesn't. Anyways, it is very irritating to watch someone like him who has been a professor at MIT, who has done the different things that he's doing, who was the former CFO for the Clinton campaign and other things like that. So he's been around money. He gets the stuff, but he doesn't get the technology. He doesn't get blockchain technology. He doesn't. He doesn't get it. And for him to come out and say what he's saying here and doing what he's doing, it is very irritating to someone like me who's been in the space for as long as I have. You got to understand, he thinks they're trading, lending the crypto. If they're actually staking the crypto, it's just like you helped fund a farm. It's just like you went over and you were part of a collective farm. You invested, let's say, $10,000 in a farmer to grow a plot of area for you, and you get the returns or the rewards from that once it's grown. Now, that is in fact a very, very interesting way of looking at it. Staking is like that. Staking is no different than you having a farm, planting wheat, corn, whatever your crop, and then upon selling it, you have to pay taxes because you had an income. Well, income after expenses because it's a business, right? So if you see where I'm going with this, this all goes back to taxation, y'all. I'm going to give you guys a very interesting thing here in just a second. So please stick around. Share this out on your socials. Get others in here and check definitely if you are gotten this far and you like what you're hearing. In spite of the pauses, we are live, and I don't edit the videos. You get the real Papa Joe, right? Go and give us a thumbs up on the video. Anyhow, in a blog post on Kraken, Kraken said it would automatically unstake any assets staked by U.S. clients, except for staked Ether, which won't be unstaked until after Ethereum network Shanghai upgrade takes effect. Yeah, it's locked in there. It's locked in there. U.S. clients will also be unable to stake new assets, including Ether. Non-U.S. clients are unaffected. The SEC filed its lawsuit in federal court on Thursday. Kraken website offered a 20% yield on its staking service. The SEC press release suggested it may be as high as 21%. Now, if you created a pool and you have multiple nodes and collectively they produce 21%, some will be less, some will be higher, and it evens out as an average or a median of 20%, and you return that to your customers and it's actually staking inside of the actual nodes, kind of hard to argue that it's not like you just saying, hey farmer, I want you to grow an acre of wheat for me, thank you, here's the money, go do it, because I don't know what I'm doing. No different. Now, does a farmer pay taxes or have to register or have to do anything to go plant that plot other than just prepare the soil and In other words, prepare the servers, prepare the node, and then plant the seed or stake the coins, and then let it reap its reward in time. No, it's no different, y'all. It's no different. And I'm going to show you in a minute why the SEC is now bringing up staking. Y'all just hang on just a minute here. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. So, Coinbase also offers staking for its customers, as do an array of decentralized protocols, including Lido. Yep. So, SEC Chair Gensler spins staking results positively and literally says, not your keys, not your coins, not your crypto. In his little thing, he literally says, not your keys, not your coins. Quoting Gensler, when you sign on the dotted line or accept the terms of service, you are generally agreeing that placing your tokens with these providers, in other words, centralized exchanges, may mean transferring your ownership to them, which is in fact true. And we have seen that with FTX. You saw that with all of the different problems out here. Genesis, I think, a judge ruled because of the terms of service that they didn't have to pay back anybody. Yeah, did y'all hear that? Sorry for y'all who were in that, but that is true. Anyways, to continue on here, you're transferring your ownership. There is an expression, he says, not your keys, not your crypto. In other words, not your keys, not your coins. We say that all the time on the PAPAJO show. Self-custody is a must. It's important. Don't leave your coins on an exchange. It's dangerous. It's unwise. Anyways, to continue here with this little bit here, can you believe he actually said that? In other words, he actually seems to be promoting self-custody instead of using a centralized exchange. Now, I wonder if that is the end goal here. I really actually kind of wonder. It was very, very weird to see this. Anyways, many investors are cautious when depositing funds on centralized exchanges, using that very catchphrase as a reminder that exchanges can restrict access to one's funds, and they do. Gensler said that similar concerns should extend to staking programs offered by exchanges and other companies. He said investors should consider whether centralized services are truly staking their deposited assets. I just said that. If they're actually staking your assets and you can confirm that, then there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. If they're lending your stuff out, and then if it's a lending process and you're getting a return based off of basically DeFi, then that's a very different type of thing. But anyways, I'll continue here. Some services may lend out deposited assets or commingle assets with other businesses. Other services may not give investors their fair share of returns, or they may dilute the value of assets that investors already hold, which is also possible, which is, again, creating a pool. Anyways, Gensler added that these concerns apply to staking programs and interest-bearing products by any name, including earn, reward, or APY programs. If it's legit staking, you're just staking. Okay? If you're staking inside of the actual ecosystem, you are staking. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that. Because it's just like you going to a farmer and saying, I want good organic food. Can you please plant this much space for me? Here's the money to do it. And then they go do it. They get a look of the ice cream, and you get your rewards at the end of the day. Nothing different than that. It's no different if they're staking, but if they're lending them out, that's a very different thing. That's a very different discussion. But anyways, there are a lot of people worried that they're going to ban it. You can't actually ban staking because the blockchain requires it. It won't work without it. Now, gotten this far, everybody wants to know why this is happening. I actually think I know why the discussion around staking is taking place. And I could see it going in this direction, but I can also see because of Gensler's stance on not your keys, not your coins, the fact that he even said that, he understands exactly how that is supposed to be done. You hold your own coins. You become your own bank. You protect your assets by holding on to them. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a link in the description of the video. Check it out. It's Aster Blockchain Consulting. I'll teach you what it means. That is one of the reasons I set that up. There's multiple reasons, but that's one of the reasons. Grab some time with me, and I'll show you. I'll teach you. That's what it's for. It's education. Okay. All of that being said, the reason this goes back to taxation. No, this goes back to taxation. And here's why they're kind of concerned and why I think they're starting to go after the centralized staking at least first. Because I don't think they can go after the regular staking. They can't. For each individual project, they can't make them stop because that is how the blockchain works. At least proof of stake, right? Some other consensus algorithm can be created in the future. Again, this is software. I tell you all this all the time. They think they can ban crypto or they can block crypto or they can change crypto or they can make it illegal, whatever. They can't because it's software. All the software developers have to do is adjust the software just a little bit, and then it no longer fits in their little box and their little parameters, which is really, really cool. This is also a reason why they can't ever go after the actual cryptos or the blockchains. Now they can go after the rug pulls because they're clearly ripping people off. But things like Ethereum, Polygon, Divi, these different platforms, they're actually building a business solution platform for businesses to build inside of a blockchain. That's what they are. You got Bitcoin, you got Litecoin, you got things kind of like Divi, you got things like, I hate to say it, but even Ripple, XRP, they're actual coins just to send and or receive transactions for payment and of goods and services. At the end of the day, though, this is the reason why the staking discussion is coming up. Consensus backs a lawsuit against the IRS over taxing staked crypto. Now, this lawsuit has been around for a little bit. It's still ongoing. A crypto couple from Tennessee has appealed a judge's dismissal. The judge did dismiss the case in October. The reason they dismissed it is because of the following. Crypto software giant Consensus will financially support an ongoing lawsuit challenging the IRS ability to tax staking rewards. Consensus is not a little joke. They're actually going to be backing financially and paying for stuff now. The company announced this on Tuesday. In 2001, Joshua and Jessica Jarrett sued the IRS to recover federal income taxes levied on the Tennessee couple's staked generated Tezos, a cryptocurrency that you can stake and earn a reward on, arguing that self-generated staking rewards could not be considered taxable income under federal law, which it can't be. It's no different than a farmer. Midway through the lawsuit, the IRS offered to issue the Jarretts their requested refund. In other words, they agreed. They just set a precedence that, yeah, we know we can't do that. But the plaintiffs refused, eager to get assurances from the court that the issue wouldn't arise in the future. In other words, they wanted to continue doing what they're doing and not have to deal with it anymore. No such assurances came to pass. However, a federal judge dismissed the case in October, deeming the Jarrett's grievances moot after a tax refund was issued. So they were able to get their refund, and because they got their refund, see, they weren't just doing this for themselves, they were trying to do this for everybody. Creating a precedent, the IRS could not tax anyone's staked returns or mined returns as capital gains or income under the federal, well, I guess it would be income, but it would be regular income tax at that point. Many had hoped the case would offer legal clarity to the millions of crypto users who generate cryptocurrencies daily through proof of stake blockchains. Such networks include, perhaps most notably, Ethereum, operate on a mechanism that encourages users to stake cryptocurrency in the network to in order to validate on-chain transactions. In return for putting up those funds, for extended periods of time, users accumulate newly generated cryptocurrency. It's little wonder that why Consensus and the blockchain technology company started by Ethereum co-founder Lubin, is monitoring the Jarrett's legal journey so closely. Consensus is one of the 22 strategic investors in Decrypt. Next month, the Shanghai upgrade will permit Ethereum users everywhere to begin withdrawing Ethereum held in the network through its staking program. Over $27 billion worth of funds are currently staked in the network. Quoting, with increased liquidity in Ethereum staking, we expect far more everyday people to start staking. I never did because, quite frankly, I didn't want to lock it up if they weren't going to go put their stuff in there. But hey, that's just my personal opinion, and do what you want. Anyways, which means that getting the appropriate tax treatment for staking rewards is only getting more important. Bill Hughes, Consensus Senior Counsel and Director of Global Regulatory Matters, said in a statement shared with Decrypt, the Jarretts are currently in the process of appealing their case dismissal. Consensus will now provide financial support in that effort. Core to the applicant's argument is the position that staking rewards should not be considered taxable income as no employer is doling them out. Get it? They should instead be considered effectively self-generated or created property, which is exactly what they are. Under the federal tax code, created property is taxed very differently, if at all. Similar to a farmer who grows crops. Rewards are created by the protocol to incentivize participating in providing security for the protocol, you said. Creating property is not taxed until it is sold. In other words, it is regular income tax, and it is a much lower bracket because as a farmer, you don't have to pay the types of taxes that regular people do. You get different tax breaks, blah, 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 blah. Created property under the federal tax code is a very different type of thing. Understanding tax law, understanding law, period, is extremely important in these types of scenarios. Anyways, I won't drain any more of that. Do you understand? This is why the SEC, who's in the big club, is now going after people or companies who are providing staking services. Now, they want to make sure that you are protected. That is their goal. They say. The deal is, guys, is that if this case is going to be picked back up, the SEC is trying to front run and make sure that anything that's staking is turned off. That there's a precedent stood that they will not allow centralized entities to do staking. That doesn't stop you from doing it, but it significantly hampers the individual from going and doing it because it's not just that easy for most people. Maddox made it easy. Divi's made it the easiest. I'm not kidding. Divi is like, look into the Divi project, go. Divi is doing some crazy amazing stuff. They're built the way this is simple. Divi is doing the simplest, easiest method for staking I have ever seen, and I've been in this space since almost the beginning. Y'all need to look at them. Maddox easy. Who else is really easy? Ethereum kind of is. It's not as easy as some. You can stake Cosmos. You can stake a lot of different things. EOS is really easy. There's a lot of them out there that's just easy. Axie Infinity is extremely easy. It's just as easy as Matic or Polygon. Okay? But a lot of the ones that people really care about, it's not as easy as people would think. I've been toying around the idea of maybe creating some sort of course, if you will, on going over staking different platforms, doing it yourself custody, showing y'all how to do this stuff. I don't know if that be something you would be interested in or not. But it would definitely be something I've thought about doing. Because quite frankly, there's not as many people out there to really just do this on a regular basis by themselves. I've had several people reach out to me, "Hey, how do I stake Polygon? How do I how do I do these different things?" And if you want to do it as an individual, not using a centralized platform, it's different. It's easy. It's just not something that's widely known. So something if I can get the time to, I might just figure out how to do something like that. I think you guys would enjoy it. I think a lot of people would. So, anyways, getting to the end of the video, a little bit long-winded here today, so I do apologize about that. If you liked what you saw so far, do me a favor and smash those likes. I would love it. This afternoon, we should have our regular Patreon show at 4:30, as long as nothing crazy happens at work, all that kind of fun stuff. So, y'all have a beautiful, blessed rest of the day. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot the most important part of the show. We are going to, I want to run through and say hey to everybody. What's going on, Tom? How's it going, man? It's good to see you. Appreciate you being here today. Bitcoin Bull, what is up, fellow? Un Uncontrollables. I love that. Thanks, everybody. Yep. Love it. Steven, what's going on, man? It's good to see you very much. Thank you for being here today. Fatty's Bar, what's up, man? How you doing? It's good to see you today. Mr. UI Fang, how's it going? I love it. Thanks for being here today. As always, who else we got here today? Yep. What we have is taxation without representation. You said it, bro. You said it. Nelson's Digital, what's going on? Thanks for being part of the show. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I was kind of like, wait, he said, what did he say? What? Oh, it was kind of scratching my head on that one a little bit. Oh, let's see who else. You started having a good conversation. We got Evan in the house. What's going on? Have they cleared up staking as income since it's unrealized? You know, that's a really good question. It's also unrealized gains until you sell it. Until you sell it. See, this is what makes things very interesting. We're getting into that discussion. I think, like I said, I think the SEC is trying to front run this and create a precedence that will then be followed. Um, kind of like building the canal before the water flows through it, kind of thing, so that the water has to flow through it, kind of thing, instead of letting it go its natural route. But anyhow, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Yes, Tom. Everybody have an amazing weekend. I have a very busy weekend. So, but anyhow, y'all have a beautiful, wonderful weekend and a great rest of the day. And I'll see y'all this afternoon for the Patreon. Have a blessed rest of the day. Take it easy. Bye bye.